Heidi ho, Heidi ho, Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. We're going to try take two, actually take 4, 5, or 6 on our journal cover for Dephemerember. I hope I'm saying that right. I really don't know if I am. And this is the cover so far. And so what I did yesterday after a few failed attempts at getting this to record because our Wi-Fi kept going out was I just said, the heck with it. I'll just get it started and then I'll show it to you guys. So this is my base fabric, and after playing around with a few things, I decided that I really liked this base fabric. And, you know, my original was to do this and that and this and that. But my you know, your spine is so big. Here, let me show you what it looks like. Let me move this. Let me show you what. Now, this is an old journal. Oh, my goodness. This is my me journal, and she got really, really jubby. But let me show you what this is going to look like. I was using this for size, because she's got the same size spine. So this is, now she's just not as wide. So this is about all you see of all that fabric, you know, on the front. So I thought, well, you know, I just kind of want to decorate it a little bit. So what I did was, these are just clusters made with, you know, an accent fabric, some lace and buttons and ribbons, and some little threads, you know, stuck here and there. And, you know, and as I put them on, there's quite a few antique buttons. 3 of the buttons on here are antique. Now, this one is not. It's not a, or vintage, I mean. This one's not vintage, but it is old. And the lace, this lace is very old, even though it's white, it's very old. But the fabric isn't. And on the back, and there's the spine. And this is a soft spine on the B journal, and it'll be a soft spine on this journal. And back here, these are vintage buttons back here. And it's done the same way. And I tried to keep the buttons, you know, fairly flat and small. And the fabric just, I mean, the ribbons just kind of go whichever way, which was fine with me. I really don't care. But I did try to keep them away from the bottom, because that's where, you know, it's going to sit. And so I didn't really want anything at the bottom. Now the closure, I did keep the closure separate, and no, what did I, here's the closure. No, that's not the closure. Where did the closure go? But if you could see my other workspace, like I'm on our big work table here, if you could see my other workspace, you would die laughing at me. My other closure, my actual closure is a vintage button that's going right here, and then I'm gonna have coming around to clip it, and it's gonna stretch to hold on to it. And I put it someplace safe, and you know how that works. You put things off into a safe space, and then you lose them. So I gotta find it. It's someplace, you know that word, someplace. Oh well, I'll find it, and then I'll be able to show it to you. It's probably here in my little button bowl, so I wouldn't lose it, but I'll find it. Oh, here's the button. Here's the button. This is the button that's going to be used as the closure. Let me see if I can get it up there for you. And it's a shank button. It's got a little shank on it, which is what I wanted. And I'm going to make another one of these, but bigger, and probably without the ribbon, without these ribbons on it. And it's going to sit right here with that button on it, I don't know. I kind of like the ribbon on it though. And then the shank will hold it up. And then the I'm going to use this off-white or brown stretch cord. And it's going to come around the back. And then around the back, there'll be 2 small buttons that'll sit flat that'll anchor it. And with the back there, the back will hold it in place. And I will show you guys how to do that. That'll be done. That'll be recorded and done. So that'll go here in the little button box. Okay, so now let me show you here. Now, so let me show you what we're going to do today. So the inside, to save you from all the painstaking craziness of watching me do more stitching, I was doing this and I wanted to show you. This is the inside, and I wanted to carry the quilt theme on, and this is what's called a tied quilt. And inside these pins here would be the spine. So I wanted to make sure to mark it. And this is the spine area. So to make a tied quilt is very simple, and I wanted to show you how to do it. And I'm using 2 different colors of embroidery floss to do this. And if you wanted to purchase the same colors of floss, it's number 809 in the blues and number 739 in the creams or the off-whites. And you split your threads. Now, what I mean by splitting your threads is embroidery floss comes, it's just like some yarns. There are 6 small threads that are wound extremely tight to give you this thread. Okay, so this piece of thread consists of 6 smaller pieces of thread, all wound together. Okay, so what you do is you split them. So I take 3 and I split this in half like this, and I take it down to the length that I want. So you just slowly pull it apart down to the length that you want, and you do that for both colors. And then you put it into your needle. Now you're going to need a needle that's able to handle excuse me, a total of 6 threads. Okay, now to make a tie quilt, and I've made a larger quilt, you're going to need a front piece and a back piece. It doesn't matter, ouch, it doesn't matter what the back piece is. This is just a piece of, off-white. It's not linen. It's just a back piece of cotton. And yours could be a piece of the same fabric. It could be a different piece of another fabric. It can be anything, but you're not going to see it. So, don't make it an expensive piece of fabric, okay? So what you do is you come down from the top like this, okay? You come down from the top. Now you want to leave yourself a nice, and it's going to take a lot of your embroidery floss. You come down from the top and you hold it. You hold it with your thumb, and then you come up. Now, if you were making a big quilt, you'd come up really, really close to that thread, but we're not making a big quilt, so you can come up a little further away. I come up still fairly close, and you pull it up. So now both of your threads are on top, and now you tie these on top. Now, if you were making a big quilt, there would be a cotton batting between them, and as you tie this, your batting gives you a little bit of a poof as you tie it, because you tie it tight with your batting. You know what I mean? As you tie, this kind of gives you a little bit of a poof. So you tie your knot. Just like you would tie any old knot. Oops, except I didn't tie the knot. I untied the knot, didn't I? All right, hold still here. Let me get a hold of my threads. There we go. And then you trim it. Now, you don't want to trim it down. As you can see, there are a lot of little threads. And I usually leave, that's probably about 1/8 of an inch hanging out. Now, on this, you know, I wasn't thinking when I started in the middle, because I'm going to have a hidden spine. Now, you don't have to. You don't have to have a hidden spine on this journal. I could very easily have my threads come through this if I wanted, and just have them show and have them go through here. Or I've already made my spine. I could very easily go on and stitch through here, because this is going to go on here, right here. And see, it's going to cover up what I just sewed there, since I wasn't thinking. So I could go on and I could, I'm going to stitch across the top with my sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch across the bottom. And on the back, I've glued with just my white PVA glue. I've glued my paper. And I'll show you how we're going to stitch in our signatures. And this is going to sit right here. So it's going to cover these up. And I could, so I didn't even have to do them, but I wanted to show you how I did them. That was why I did them. So this is going to sit right in here. And of course those pins will be out. But this is going to sit right in here. Okay. Just like that. Let me take this pin out here. And I'm going to center it just like this. And it's going to go like this. And then before, now when I get ready to put my my signatures in, I'll sew my signatures into this, and then I'll glue it down to this, and I'll probably go on and cut these out. But like I said, I wanted to show you how I did them. And then this will glue on here, and you won't see anything out here at all. And I most likely will add some more of these to the outside. Okay? So all my whole cover will have these on it, unless I put something different on my spine. Okay? So right now, I can take this off, and I'm just going to attach this so I don't lose it, because I don't want to lose it. I want it to go right here. So I can go on though, and I can glue my backing to here. Actually, I think I want to go on and glue my cover first. I want to go on and glue my cover so it can dry. So I want to glue my cover right here because it needs to dry. And I still have work to do on my inside. So, and whenever you're done with your needle, this is called parking your needle. You put your needle safe right here in your work. That's called parking your needle. That way, you know, you don't sit on it. All right, so let's go on and get this here. Now, whenever I'm not gluing with my brush, I just keep it in a little bit of water for, you know, about an hour or so. And then when I'm ready to glue some more, I use a paper towel. And I, you know, just kind of soak all the water out that I can. Now, because that's so big, I'm going to do sections. Now, I need to make sure top is the top. So, this is my top. And I'm going to use this little torn piece that I had for my front. And this open piece right here is where my tie is going to go. So I need to make sure that it's over here. Okay, right there. I can't believe I put that on upside down. I must have really been, it must have been late last night. But I'm going to start over here. And because I'm gluing, this will get glued down and it'll be okay. And this is my PVA glue right here. Let me mix it up here a little bit. And I'm probably going to need some more. And I just used my little squirt bottle and squirted a little bit of water in it. Yeah, I'm going to need some more. Because I've already used it all. So let me grab my bottle. And this is the glue that I'm using. It's just a pH neutral PVA glue. And the reason I'm putting it in this is because I misplaced my little green thing that we used before. So I'm just going to put some maybe in two of these little things. Because I know I'm going to be using it here. And here's my little squirt bottle. And I'm just, squirting 2 times. Just to loosen it up just a smidgen. Because this tends to dry out a lot really fast. Okay, so I'm going to already start here, and I'm going to go on, and I'm going to put this down. And then I can lift. Now, Dephemerember is sponsored by Barbara at 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Heinzel at Louisa Heinzel Art, I think it's called Junk Journal Art on YouTube. And if you're interested in making a junk journal, you can watch their videos, and I will link them their sites below for you, so that you can see their they're beautiful, beautiful journals that they made for the U.S. I'll give you the measurements for the U.S. The length of my journal. Now, your journal can be any size you want. It does not have to be the size of mine. So remember that. It is your journal. It does not have to be the size of mine. But this is the size I chose it to be, so that it, excuse me, so that it will hold an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Excuse me. It is 14.5 inches long. I am so sorry. The heat was blowing. I'm so sorry. And I think it dried out my throat. And it is, how tall is it? Well, let me just take this piece of paper and see. And it is... Well, for the life of me, I can't remember. And it is 9.5 inches wide. That's how tall it is. Good gracious. So it's 14.5 inches long. And it is 9.5 inches wide. And that will hold the U.S. standard size piece of paper like this, folded in half. Now, for those who, I think I have a subscriber in Brazil. She can use, I think she uses A4 paper, which is what Louisa and Barbara use. And, okay, I know my journal has left shot right now while I'm doing this, but it hasn't changed any. It's just getting glued down. This will have to dry. And I just used a piece of, it was actually just a paper shopping bag. And if you don't have a paper shopping bag, because it's my understanding from some friends of mine, they're coming harder and harder to find. Just use some packing paper, you know, that you get in your Amazon packages. Just use that. That works very well. I've used that many times on my, as journal covers. That works very well. All right, I'm going to put that over there. And I'm going to put the top back on my glue so I do not send it flying across the floor. Let me wipe the top of it off here so it doesn't glue itself shut. There we go. There. Okay, so now this will have to dry. All right, let me get it off of here because it's sticking to this. Okay, so there it is. Now, it is glued down. Now, let me show you the papers. This is glued down. So, again, it's 14.5 inches long and 9.5 inches tall. And I gave myself a little extra room over here in case I need to trim anything after I get my backing piece on. And my backing will have these 2 layers. As I said, it does have the double layers. And I left myself, and this isn't even, as you can tell, it's not even cut perfectly straight. And it really didn't matter. I just needed it to line up with where I was sewing. And here's where I have my thing attached. That's all I needed it to do. I didn't need it to be perfect. So now I'm going to sit this up here out of the way so that it can dry flat. And put the water bottle over here. And I'm going to show you the papers. Now, this is the prompt list. And this is available on both of their sites and also on their Etsy sites. And it is free to download and to use. And also to use as reference. So you can get that if you would like for your journal or to play along if you would like to get it. And then this is a copy, not a very good copy, I will that, of a crazy quilt. Now, a crazy quilt is something totally different than what I have created. My mother-in-law has this beautiful crazy quilt, and I have taken a bazillion pictures over the years of crazy quilts. And this dark area down here is where I really didn't have any light. But I may use some of these pages in there only because they are of quilts. I haven't quite decided yet. Depends on how I can get them to print out. So you may see some of these pop up for pockets or things like that, only because they're very personal to me. So I may use some of those. But Louisa is offering on her Etsy site the Dephemerember paper pack, and right now it is a bundle that you can get. So if you would like to get it, you can log on to her Etsy site, and I think her Etsy site is having a sale, so now is the perfect time to get it. And it's all of these beautiful flowers that she has, and this is one of my favorite kits of hers. So I was very pleased when I saw that it was on sale. This is one of her flower kits, and I can't remember the name of it. This is one of my favorites because the colors go so well. Now, of course, I'll trim off all the whites. The best way to print these is best when you go to print. Instead of letting your printer print it automatic, change it to best. And then I just printed it as a document on printer paper. And when I have time, I'll go and probably alter the back of it or print something on the back, like maybe one of my other pages. I might go and print that on the back, you know, something like that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But these are the pages. See, I've even printed one of them twice. And this one I think is lots of fun. It reminds me of an actual quilt. It's all kind of broken up and pieced back together. And this one is from last year, and I have something fun planned for that. That one is different, and this is from last year, and I have something fun planned for that. This is part of it. This is one of her most beautiful pages here. I just love these flowers. These flowers, I just love them. This is another one of her pages. And this one remind me of quilts when she created them with inks, and it looks like inks and washi tapes and all kinds of fun things, because if you look at all the marks and stamps and all the things that she's used to create them, they look like, and it looks like there's gesso over here and just all kinds of marks that she's made, and doodles, and the same on this one. It just looks like a quilt. You know, the little squares maybe from a paintbrush. They just look like doodles. And they just look like a quilt. And I just love it. I just love these pages. So I might print these on the back of one of these. Like this. Like this. So it would go like that. Or on the back of one of these. I might print one of my actual crazy quilt pictures. Like I said, I really don't know what I'm going to do to take care of the whites on the back of these pictures. But if you can't decide on what you want to do for pages, that's an idea. Plus, of course, I'll have coffee dyed paper in my book. And then they also suggested 2 smaller pieces. So there's in each signature, there's only 5 pages plus 2 small inserts. So there's a lot a lot more here than, you know, than what I'm going to need, especially when I add my coffee dyed paper that I always add. You know, plus all the belly bands and the pockets and the tucks and all that. This little girl's going to get kind of chubby really, really fast. And she might look like my bee journal in no time. And won't that be fun? Oh my, won't that be fun? So I just wanted to share this with you and let you know what we're doing so far. And when we're ready to glue this on, actually, I think we might be able to do that now, huh? I wonder if we can. I wonder if we can do that. I wonder if we could do that. What do you think, guys? I didn't glue that very straight, did I? Oh my gracious, I didn't glue that straight at all. Good heavens. Wonder if I can take this off. No, I didn't glue that straight at all. Good heavens, Lord. All right, so I need to line this up. Good heavens, I think I must have been punch drunk. All right, so I do need to take the pins out of it. That is pitiful. Yeah, so I'm thinking my journal's going to be a little bit smaller because I'm going to have to trim it to get it all matched up. Good gracious. All right, let's take these pins out. Good heavens. I sure didn't pay attention, did I? All right, I do think I am going to take these out down here down the middle. Oops, I missed two right there. So I do think I'm going to take these right out of the middle because that's going to make it kind of a little hard to put that in if I don't. All right, so. All right, so I need to do these before I can do that. So I'll be able to show you real quick before we glue. All right, so here's the last ones. My goodness. Now, and you can do as many of these on your fabric as you choose. You can do them all over the fabric. Now, when you're making a quilt, they suggest that you do them, you know, depending on your fabric, your print. If you have intervals like I do, you know, like on that square, you would do them at every interval on the square and then in the center. So if I wanted, I could go back and do more on here. But since this is going to be glued down, I'm not going to do more. I just wanted it to give the look of a tie quilt. I didn't want to go on and you know, put down more and make it too hard to work in my journal. But since this is going to be glued down, I'm not going to have to worry about, okay. I'm not going to have to worry about these coming untied. So tie quilts are a lot of fun to do. I really had a good time making the one that I made. Especially, they're good beginner quilts. If you've never quilted before and you've always wanted to make something like that, those are good beginner ones. Especially, you can make wall hangings with them. And a good place to start is with flannel because you don't have to worry about using things like you know, you don't have to trim off your edges. You don't have to worry about it raveling, unraveling or anything like that, because flannel doesn't do that a lot. Okay, so let's get this cleaned off where I made my mess. And oh my gracious, what a mess I've made here. Yes, and I am not straight. So let's make it as straight as we can make it. And I'm really going to have to do some trimming. Okay. Oh, goodness. Yeah, see, it's bigger on the back than it is on the front. And it is not straight. So I'm not going to like turn over anything. I'm just going to sew all the way around like that. So I'm just going to leave it on the back like that. And then I'll trim after I'm finished before I sew. Oh my goodness. What a mess I've made. Okay. Oh my goodness. Only I could make a mess of a simple journal cover. All right, we're going to do this again here with our glue. Good heavens. And I think I'm going to sit my glue bottle on it to keep it from wandering around. At least since I have it where I want it. And then after it dries, I can trim it. I'll trim it down there. All right, I'm going to sit you right there. Okay. All right, so we're going to start on this side. Okay, so we're just pretty much doing the same thing that we did. We're just taking our glue. Now, I'm not taking it to the fabric since I'm going to sew it. I don't want it on the fabric. Okay, I'm just keeping it on the paper. And I'm not stretching out the paper. I'm just patting it down because underneath me are buttons. So it's really... And when everything dries, that's when I'm going to do my sewing around, which will attach the blue to everything else. Okay, so now I'm going to lift. Let me make sure you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm lifting this up and bringing it back to where I stopped. All right, and I do think since I'm not, I am going to take 2 pins and I'm going to put a pin right here and a pin right here to mark my spine. Since it's not getting glued down. Now I can feel it where it's, nothing is there, but I want to make sure that I can see it also. Make sure I'm not getting glue on my shirt. Let's pull my sleeves up here. There we go. Okay, how about I turn it around? Okay, we're going to lift this side up. And we're going to put a pin on the bottom side here. Just like that. I just want to be able to see it. There we go. Yeah, I just want to make sure I can see it. And then if I decide to put some something different in the middle, which I'm thinking I do, I don't think I want any more of those. I don't think I want it the same, but I could change my mind. You know, it's a prerogative of a girl to change her mind. Because you just never know with me, do you? I could change my mind really quick. I don't know what all I want to put there. I don't know. Give me some suggestions. What would you put there in the middle? Would you put a medallion? Would you put... I don't know. What would you put there? Okay. Almost done here. Almost done. What would you put in the middle? Like when I quilted, I always had something in the middle, you know, a focal point of my quilt. So my spine is basically my focal point. So what would you put there? Because that's what I'm going to see when I put it on the wall or, you know, in my bookcase. Oh, I need a little bit more. Darn. Almost had it. Almost had it done. So what would you put there? Huh. I don't know what I'm going to put there. Oops. Don't get up there. Behave yourself. I mean, I don't have to do it right this minute, and I don't have to do it, you know, by the time that we start. I can do it anytime. I can do it by the time we end, which is usually when I do my spine. You know, I'll put lace on my spine, which is kind of what I'm thinking. Put a little bit of lace because there's lace on the others, and I have some of the bigger lace that matches that. So I'm thinking, all right, let's wipe these out. So I'm thinking some of the matching lace and something else. I just don't know what. So, all right, so we're glued in, and then this will be our spine. So when it matches, I want to make sure when we put it in that it matches. Our signatures will be attached to that. And let me show you how big it's going to, well, I mean, it won't be this fat, but this is what she's going to look like when she's put together. She'll look like that. Let's get the blue off of there because she's not going to have blue. And this is the part that'll get trimmed off. This is the blue that'll get trimmed off. Oh, isn't that going to be pretty? Yep, I like that. I like that a lot. And then, of course, wait a minute. Do we have this backwards? This is the back. Hold on a minute. This is the wrong side. I'm thinking, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. This is the front. This is going to be the front. Yeah. Okay, hold on a minute. This is the spine right here. This is the front. There we go. Now it's looking better. Okay. All right, that one didn't glue in. And right here's where our little fancy button's going to be. Just like that. And then we need something right here. So right here is going to be our spine. So right here's where we need something. Right in here. So we need to think of something. You know what? And even if we bring some blue out here, you know, I don't know. We'll have to think about it, you guys. We'll have to think about it. Okay. So that's all we're going to do today. We're going to let our cover dry. And I'm going to get our papers trimmed, and we're going to get our signatures put together. And our next video, we're going to get them sewed in. And we are going to be ready to start by December. Let's see, what does this say on here? I think it's December the 3rd. Let's see, what does this say? We're going to be ready to start by December the 2nd. Yep, that's what we're going to be ready to do. On December the 2nd is the first day. And so if you want to gather some things together for an altered playing card and antique keys, if you have any of that, I'm probably not going to do it. I'm probably going to wait until Barbara and if you want to watch Barbara and Louisa do theirs and kind of get an idea of what they do, because that's what I'm going to do. So my videos for this will be coming out later in the day than what they normally do, because I'm going to watch Barbara's so that I can share with you my take on hers. Well, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it. So these videos will probably come out later in the day. And then there will be another video that comes out on another project that we're going to be starting. That'll come out at the same normal time that they come out. Because I have another one ready to go that we're going to be working on. But these videos will come out later in the day for you to see if you want to follow along, or, you know, depending on how busy YouTube is uploading videos, it may not even get uploaded until the next day. So that has happened before. So if you don't see it, I'll try to get it to upload by 7, but I can't guarantee anything, you guys. I can't guarantee it. So we'll get our journal trimmed up and put together and ready to roll. But I will have a picture posted of it on the community guide so that you can see it. Even if I can't get the video to upload, there will be a picture of it. And as soon as I can get the video to upload, at least you'll be able to see the video. So we'll just take it from there and see how it goes. So thank you for joining me today. This fun video of making our journal cover and all the fun. And I'm excited, and I hope you're excited about this fun prompt list that we're going to be doing. So here it is. And you can go over to 49 Dragonflies or Louisa Heinzel. You can follow and share. And here it is, right down here at the bottom. Right down here, that's what you're going to type in. Dephemerember. Either one of those girls at their website, at their YouTube channels. And you want to go to the playlist for either of them, and you'll see Dephemerember24 listed for both of them, and that's where all the playlist is for both of them. For Louisa, you'll see it listed in English and in German, and for Barbara, it's just in English. So you can watch previous videos for both of them on how they've made their journals for each other. The very first video, it answers questions, gives information. And then further along, it gives the links into the website where it gives specifics on the size of the journals that they're using. And Louisa has a Facebook page that she started. It's called Dephemerember24. If you would like to join that Facebook page, I have joined it, and it is a fun Facebook page full of inspiration and wonderful ladies. And that is on Facebook if you would like to join that. Otherwise, you can follow and share these two lovely ladies on Instagram or YouTube as we have some fun with this December daily stuff. Now, we're not going to walk away from our normal fun stuff that we do. Like I said, we have another journal getting ready to come up that we're going to work on. So, until I see you again working on that journal, I invite you to like, to share, and to comment, and you know, all the fun stuff. You know how to do it. It's all down there in the bottom. And I hope to see you again soon. And until I do, ta-ta for now.